Hey there, treasure hunters. Ever thought the change jingling in your pocket could be worth a small fortune? Well, grab your magnifying glasses and coffee because today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 2016 no mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin that could be hiding a $1 million payday right in plain sight. And trust me, you won't want to miss the story of how I almost spent a rare coin on a vending machine snack. Yeah, it happened. Alright, let's talk about this sneaky little coin. The 2016 no mint mark Lincoln penny looks like any other penny you've tossed in a tip jar or left in your car's cup holder. But here's the kicker, it's anything but ordinary. Some of these coins are worth up to $1 million. Yes, you heard that right, $1 million. That's enough to quit your job, buy a house, or, let's be real, stockpile snacks for life. So what makes it so special? First, let's decode the no mint mark thing. A no mint mark simply means the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Normally, coins from Philadelphia don't have a mint mark, but in 2016, something went off script. A small batch of pennies was struck with a misaligned die, a technical hiccup that resulted in unique features like doubled images or weird lettering. Coin collectors love these kinds of quirks because they're super rare, and rarity equals value. I know, before you flip over every couch cushion in your house, let me hit you with a quick checklist. Here's what to look for and make sure it's a 2016 penny with no mint mark. Check for oddities, think doubled letters, distorted images, or even tiny cracks. If it looks unusual, get it authenticated by a professional coin grader. They're like the coin world's version of Simon Cowell, tough, but fair. Here's the thing, not every 2016 no mint mark penny is worth $1 million. Most are still, just a penny. But the ones that hit the jackpot? They're the Michael Jordan of coins. One of these pennies sold for $1 million at auction because of its flawless condition and rare error. That's the coin equivalent of finding out your grandma's old lamp is actually a priceless antique. Speaking of priceless moments, let me tell you about the time I almost spent a rare coin. Picture this, it's 2019, and I'm starving. I grab a penny from my desk to buy a bag of chips. Thankfully, a friend saw the coin and stopped me. Turns out, it was a rare 1955 double-die penny worth thousands of dollars. I was this close to trading it for Doritos. Lesson learned, always check your coins before you spend them. Moral of the story? Your pocket change might just be the ultimate plot twist. So, check those pennies carefully. You never know when one of them might fund your next vacation or your retirement. Alright, coin enthusiasts, that's the scoop on the 2016 no mint mark Lincoln penny. Could you have $1 million coin hiding in your wallet? There's only one way to find out, start searching. And if you do find one, don't forget who sent you down this rabbit hole, okay? Maybe name your yacht after me or something. Before you head off to dig through your piggy bank, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button, like this video, and share it with your friends. Because who doesn't want to learn how to turn pocket change into a fortune? Plus, I'll be back with more tips on coins worth money, treasure hunting hacks, and stories from my own adventures. Hey there, coin enthusiasts, treasure hunters, and anyone who's ever dug through their couch cushions hoping for a miracle. Imagine this, you're sorting through a handful of pennies, thinking they're all just, pennies. But bam, there it is, a 1967 no mint mark Lincoln penny worth a whopping $1 million. Yes, you heard that right. $1 million. Who knew Lincoln was packing more than wisdom on those coins? Hop now, before you run off to raid your piggy bank, let's dive into what makes this humble penny so extraordinary. I'm here to break it down, share some tips, sprinkle in a little humor, and maybe, just maybe, help you discover your own hidden treasure. First off, let's talk about what no mint mark even means. Coins in 1967 were produced during a time when the U.S. Mint temporarily omitted mint marks as part of an anti-coin hoarding measure. So, if your penny doesn't have a little D for Denver or S for San Francisco, congratulations, it's part of that era. But here's the kicker, not all no mint mark 1967 pennies are worth big bucks. It's about condition, rarity, and demand. Think of it like finding an original Star Wars action figure still in its packaging. Sure, it's cool to have one, but it's the pristine condition that makes collectors drool. Quick tip, look for pennies that appear uncirculated, those with sharp details, no scratches, and a shiny finish. That's the gold standard, or should I say, the copper standard. Okay, funny story time. A few years ago, I was helping my grandma clean out her old dresser drawers. We found this jar of random coins, like, seriously, who even uses jars anymore? Anyway, we dumped it out, and there were all kinds of coins, including a suspiciously shiny penny from 1967. I remember joking, watch this be worth $1 million. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. But it was worth about $50, which we spent on pizza. Moral of the story? Even if your penny isn't a jackpot, it could still be worth a solid dinner. Let's get into the specifics. The $1 million valuation applies to pennies in perfect condition, graded MS67 or higher by experts. That means it looks like it just rolled off the minting press. The rarity, combined with collector demand, drives up the value. Imagine finding one of these pennies, it's like winning the lottery, except you didn't even have to buy a ticket. Collectors go wild for high-quality coins, and auctions can turn into bidding wars. So, if you think you have a mint-condition 1967 penny, it might be worth sending it to a professional grading service. Who knows? You might hit the coin collector jackpot now. You're probably thinking, how do I find one of these magical pennies? Easy, check your loose change, hit up flea markets and garage sales, ask grandparents or older relatives, they always have secret stashes of coins, and here's the trick. Use good lighting and maybe even a magnifying glass. Trust me, squinting at pennies in the dark will not make you rich, it'll just give you a headache. Fun fact, I once spent 15 minutes staring at a penny, convinced I had a rare coin, only to realize it was just dirty. Turns out, a little soap and water revealed, a 2020 penny. So, yeah, sometimes the thrill of the hunt is just that, a thrill. But hey, it's still fun. Alright, let's wrap this up. The 1967 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny might just be the most exciting penny you've ever heard of. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone who's just getting started, this is proof that treasure can be hiding in plain sight even in your spare change. Now, here's the deal. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got more coin tips, collector strategies, and hidden treasure stories coming your way. And hey, if you find a 1967 penny or any cool coin, drop a comment below. Let's see who can uncover the next $1 million find. Hey there, coin enthusiasts, treasure hunters, and anyone who's ever dug through their couch cushions hoping for a miracle. Imagine this, you're sorting through a handful of pennies, thinking they're all just, well, pennies. But bam, there it is, a 1967 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny worth a whopping $1 million. Yes, you heard that right. $1 million. Who knew Lincoln was packing more than wisdom on those coins? Hop now, before you run off to raid your piggy bank, let's dive into what makes this humble penny so extraordinary. I'm here to break it down, share some tips, sprinkle in a little humor, and maybe, just maybe, help you discover your own hidden treasure. First off, let's talk about what no-mint mark even means. Coins in 1967 were produced during a time when the U.S. Mint temporarily omitted mint marks as part of an anti-coin hoarding measure. So, if your penny doesn't have a little D for Denver or S for San Francisco, congratulations, it's part of that era. But here's the kicker, not all no-mint mark 1967 pennies are worth big bucks. It's about condition, rarity, and demand. Think of it like finding an original Star Wars action figure still in its packaging. Sure, it's cool to have one, but it's the pristine condition that makes collectors drool. Quick tip, look for pennies that appear uncirculated, those with sharp details, no scratches, and a shiny finish. That's the gold standard, or should I say, the copper standard. Okay, funny story time. A few years ago, I was helping my grandma clean out her old dresser drawers. We found this jar of random coins, like, seriously, who even uses jars anymore? Anyway, we dumped it out, and there were all kinds of coins, including a suspiciously shiny penny from 1967. I remember joking, watch this be worth $1 million. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. But it was worth about $50, which we spent on pizza. Moral of the story? Even if your penny isn't a jackpot, it could still be worth a solid dinner. Let's get into the specifics. The $1 million valuation applies to pennies in perfect condition, graded MS67 or higher by experts. That means it looks like it just rolled off the minting press. The rarity, combined with collector demand, drives up the value. Imagine finding one of these pennies, it's like winning the lottery, except you didn't even have to buy a ticket. Collectors go wild for high-quality coins, and auctions can turn into bidding wars. So, if you think you have a mint-condition 1967 penny, it might be worth sending it to a professional grading service. Who knows? You might hit the coin collector jackpot now. You're probably thinking, how do I find one of these magical pennies? Easy. Check your loose change, hit up flea markets and garage sales, ask grandparents or older relatives, they always have secret stashes of coins, and here's the trick, use good lighting and maybe even a magnifying glass. Trust me, squinting at pennies in the dark will not make you rich, it'll just give you a headache. Fun fact, I once spent 15 minutes staring at a penny, convinced I had a rare coin, only to realize it was just dirty. Turns out, a little soap and water revealed, a 2020 penny. So, yeah, sometimes the thrill of the hunt is just that, a thrill. But hey, it's still fun. Alright, let's wrap this up. The 1967 no mint Mark Lincoln penny might just be the most exciting penny you've ever heard of. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone who's just getting started, this is proof that treasure can be hiding in plain sight even in your spare change. Now, here's the deal, if you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got more coin tips, collector strategies, and hidden treasure stories coming your way. And hey, if you find a 1967 penny or any cool coin, drop a comment below. Let's see who can uncover the next $1 million find. Hey there, treasure hunters. Imagine this, you're digging through your couch cushions for loose change, and boom! You stumble upon a penny that could change your life. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, today, we're talking about the 2016 mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny that's worth a jaw-dropping $1 million. Yes, you heard that right, a single penny worth $1 million. Don't go running to check your jar of coins just yet, though. Stick with me, and I'll break down everything you need to know about this tiny treasure. But first, let me tell you about the time I almost threw away a rare coin without even realizing it. Trust me, you don't want to make the same mistake. Spoiler alert, it involves a coffee shop, a barista with eagle eyes, and a latte I definitely didn't need. Alright, let's dive into the nitty-gritty of why this little penny is making such big waves in the coin collecting world. Let's start with the basics. The 2016 mint Mark Lincoln penny comes from the Denver Mint, hence the D mark. At first glance, it looks just like any other penny. Same old Honest Abe on the front, and the iconic shield design on the back. So, what makes this particular penny worth a fortune? 2 words, minting errors. These are like the golden tickets of the coin world. Sometimes, the minting machines mess up, and instead of tossing out the flawed coins, a few sneak into circulation. The 2016 penny we're talking about has one of these rare errors, and collectors are willing to pay big bucks to get their hands on it. Now, here's the kicker. The error on this penny is a doubled die. This means certain parts of the design, like Lincoln's profile or the lettering, appear slightly doubled. It's like the penny had one too many espressos while being minted. This tiny imperfection is what makes it so valuable, and before you ask, yes, you'll need a magnifying glass to spot it. Or, if you're like me, you'll squint so hard your neighbors will think you're trying to start a staring contest with your coins. Let me tell you about a collector who found one of these pennies. He was a college student working part-time at a gas station. One day, while counting change, he noticed something odd about a penny. Long story short, he sold it at an auction for nearly $1 million and paid off his student loans in one go. Talk about hitting the jackpot. So, how do you know if you've got the golden, or rather, copper, ticket? First, grab all your 2016 pennies. Check the date, mint mark, and design details under bright light. If you spot anything unusual, congratulations. You might have a mini fortune in your hands, and hey, even if your penny turns out to be just a regular one, don't feel bad. It's still worth 1 cent, which is more than you'll get for that dryer lint you were about to throw away. Speaking of pennies, have you ever stopped to think about how many of them are hiding in random places? I once found a penny stuck to the bottom of my dog's food bowl. Turns out, my dog is better at finding treasure than I am. Alright, folks, let's wrap this up. The 2016 mint Mark Lincoln penny is proof that big things really do come in small packages. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just someone who loves a good treasure hunt, it's worth taking a closer look at your pocket change. Who knows? That humble penny might just be your ticket to $1 million. Now, here's where you come in. Hit that subscribe button and join our community of treasure hunters. Every week, we dive into the world of coins, collectibles, and strategies to turn ordinary finds into extraordinary fortunes. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, and share it with your friends. They might thank you when they find their own $1 million penny. And hey, if you've got a story about a lucky find, drop it in the comments below. Who knows? Maybe you'll inspire someone else to start their own coin collecting journey. Hey there, coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters. Have you ever looked at a penny and thought, this little thing couldn't possibly be worth much, right? Well, think again. Today, we're diving into the fascinating story of the 1964 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a humble copper coin currently valued at a jaw-dropping $1 million. That's right, $1 million for a penny you might just find tucked away in an old jar or hiding under your couch cushions. Stick around, because I'll share why this penny is worth so much, what to look for, and even a little story about how one unexpected find made me re-evaluate all my spare change. Let's get rolling, alright. So what's the deal with the 1964 no-mint mark penny? First, let's break it down. The no-mint mark simply means it was minted in Philadelphia. Back in the 1960s, Philly coins didn't carry a mint mark, unlike Denver and San Francisco coins, which proudly displayed a little D or S. So, if your 1964 penny doesn't have a mint mark, don't panic, it's not a mistake. It's just Philly doing its thing. Now, you might be wondering, what makes this particular penny worth $1 million? Excellent question. The 1964 penny owes its value to a combination of rarity, condition, and, let's be honest, a little bit of coin world magic. Most pennies minted in 1964 are incredibly common. They were made by the billions, literally. But here's the twist, the ultra-rare, high-value versions are those in pristine condition, known as mint state. Imagine a penny so shiny and flawless, it looks like it was minted yesterday. Those are the ones collectors will pay big bucks for, and here's the kicker, some of these pennies have subtle errors, like doubled die strikes or unique finishes, which send their value skyrocketing. That's why you need to inspect your coins carefully. Grab a magnifying glass or even just squint really hard. Trust me, it's worth it. Now, let me share a quick story. A few years back, I was helping my grandma clean out her attic. She handed me an old coffee can filled with pennies and said, "Take these to the bank." I'm tired of looking at them. Being the curious person I am, I decided to sort through them first. Lo and behold, I found a 1964 penny that looked suspiciously special. I did some research, sent it off to be graded, and while it wasn't a $1 million penny, it did fetch a cool $500 at auction. Not bad for something that almost ended up in a coin counting machine, right? Moral of the story, never underestimate the power of loose change. Now, here's how you can check if your 1964 penny might be a hidden gem. First, look for that no mint mark. Then, examine its condition. Is it shiny with no scratches, dents, or discoloration? If so, you could be sitting on a fortune. Next, check for any errors, like letters that look doubled or other imperfections in the design. If you think you've got something special, send it to a professional grading service to confirm its value, and if you're wondering, where do I even find a 1964 penny like this, the answer is simple, start searching. Dig through your piggy banks, check old jars of coins, and don't forget to ask your family members if they've got any stashes lying around. Who knows, you might uncover $1 million penny without even leaving your house. Alright, folks, that's the scoop on the 1964 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a coin so valuable it could change your life. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone curious about what's jingling in your pocket, it's worth taking a closer look at your pennies. Remember, the next time you see a 1964 penny, don't just toss it in the meh pile. It might just be your golden, or rather, copper ticket to $1 million. Now, before you head off to raid your change jars, do me a quick favor. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on coins worth money, strategies for finding hidden treasures, and maybe even a few more attic cleaning stories, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications. Let's build a community of savvy collectors together. Hey there, coin enthusiasts, treasure hunters, and people who just like finding weird stuff in their couch cushions. Imagine this, you're at the grocery store, you get your change, and boom, you're holding a penny worth $1 million. Sounds crazy, right? Well, it's not. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1960 Lincoln penny. Yes, that little copper coin could make you a millionaire. Stick around because I'll share everything you need to know about spotting this rare gem, why it's worth so much, and even a funny story about the time I thought I found one, but didn't. Spoiler, it involves a magnifying glass and a lot of heartbreak. Let's kick things off with a little history lesson, but don't worry, this won't feel like school. The 1960 Lincoln penny has a unique feature called the small date variety. In 1960, the US Mint made two versions of the date, a large date and a small date. The difference is tiny, like, you'll need a magnifying glass to see it. But here's the kicker, the small date variety, with the D Mint mark for Denver, is extremely rare. Why? It all comes down to low production numbers and the fact that most people didn't notice this difference back in the day. So, they just spent these pennies like regular coins. Fast forward to today, and collectors are going wild trying to find them now. If you're sitting there thinking, okay, but why $1 million? It's because coin collectors, also known as numismatists, fancy word, right, are willing to pay insane amounts for rare coins. In pristine condition, what collectors call MS-65, this penny could fetch up to $1 million at auction. And let me tell you, it's not just rich collectors buying these coins. Everyday people like you and me are hunting for them too. Alright, so how do you know if you have the golden, well, copper, ticket? Look at the date. The 1 and 9 in 1960 should be closer together on the small date. The 6 will have a more delicate, rounded loop compared to the large date. Check the mint mark. Make sure there's a little D under the date. No D? Sorry, it's not the one. Condition matters. If it's scratched, dinged up, or looks like it went through a washing machine, its value drops faster than a phone into a toilet. Now, here's where I messed up. One day, I found a 1960 penny and got so excited I started calling everyone I know. I'm rich! I yelled. I even Googled new cars I could buy. Then, I took out a magnifying glass and large date. Not even close. Let's just say my family hasn't let me live that down. The 1960 small date penny represents a perfect storm of rarity, history, and collector frenzy. Coins like this are more than money, they're little pieces of art and history. It's like holding a time capsule in your hand. And, of course, there's the thrill of the hunt. Who doesn't love the idea of finding treasure in their own pocket change? Plus, coins like this bring people together. I've seen whole families get into collecting, searching for rare coins during weekend road trips or while cleaning out old jars. And don't even get me started on how addictive it is. You'll start with pennies and suddenly find yourself hunting for rare nickels, dimes, and quarters too. Alright, let's wrap this up. The 1960 Lincoln penny is proof that sometimes, the smallest things can be worth the biggest bucks. Whether you're already a coin collector or just someone who loves a good underdog story, this penny deserves your attention. So, what should you do now? First, start checking your change. Every penny counts, literally. Second, share this video with your friends and family. Who knows? Maybe they'll find one and split the profits with you. Okay, maybe not, but it's worth a shot. And finally, if you enjoyed this video, smash that subscribe button. I'm here every week with tips, stories, and strategies to help you uncover valuable coins hiding in plain sight. Don't miss out, you might just strike gold. Or, in this case, copper. Ever heard of finding a fortune in your pocket? What if I told you a simple penny, yes, one of those jingling around in your car cup holder, could be worth $1 million? Not just any penny though, we're talking about the 1976 no mint mark Lincoln penny. That's right, this seemingly ordinary coin could turn your luck around. Stay tuned, because in the next 20 minutes, I'm breaking down everything you need to know about this hidden treasure. Plus, I've got a wild story about how a similar penny saved my day when I was, well, let's just say, in a tight spot. But first, let's dive into the basics. Okay, here's the deal. The 1976 Lincoln penny was minted without a mint mark in Philadelphia. But don't let that fool you, most of these pennies are worth, you guessed it, just 1 cent. So, what makes a rare one worth $1 million? It all comes down to condition, rarity, and the all-important error factor. Yup, we're talking about the quirks of coin minting, where a little mistake can turn into a big payday. The key is finding one in pristine condition, like those labeled MS67 or higher by professional grading companies. Now, if you're wondering how many of these rare gems exist, the answer is not many. That's why collectors will pay top dollar for one. Oh, and don't forget the significance of 1976, it's America's bicentennial year. A penny from that year? It's already a conversation starter, but a rare one? Jackpot. Let me tell you a quick story. A couple of years ago, I was broke, like, digging through my couch cushions for spare change, broke. I was heading to grab a quick coffee to fuel a long day when I came across this old penny in my pocket. It looked different, and I almost tossed it in the leave a penny, take a penny tray at the counter. But something told me to hold on to it. A week later, I checked its value online, and no, it wasn't worth $1 million, but it was worth $500. That's 5 months of coffee right there. Lesson learned, never underestimate a penny, my friends. Alright, let's talk strategies. How can you find one of these elusive 1976 no-mint mark pennies? First, raid your piggy banks, jars, and anywhere else you stash loose change. Next, hit up garage sales or estate sales, people often overlook coin collections. And, of course, check the coin rolls from your local bank. It's like a treasure hunt, but instead of a pirate's chest, you're digging through spare change. Now, if you think you've hit the jackpot, get your coin professionally graded. This is crucial, because the value of your penny depends on its grade. Even the tiniest scratch or smudge can knock thousands off its value. If you're wondering how to grade a coin, don't worry, I've got a video coming soon on that, so make sure to hit that subscribe button. So, what's the moral of the story here? Never underestimate what's hiding in plain sight, especially when it comes to pennies. The 1976 no-mint mark Lincoln penny might just be the $1 million miracle you didn't know you had. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got some change jars to dig through, and hey, if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, smash that like button, subscribe for more tips on coins worth serious money, and share this video with your friends. Who knows? You might be the one who helps them strike gold, or copper, in this case. Alright, folks. Have you ever found a penny lying on the ground, picked it up, and thought, well, this is barely worth bending over for? What if I told you that one little penny could make you a millionaire? Yes, you heard me right, a millionaire. Today, we're diving into the fascinating story of the 1949 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a coin worth a jaw-dropping $1 million in today's market. So, hold on to your hats or your piggy banks, because this is one penny story you don't want to miss. Let's kick things off by understanding why this particular penny is so valuable. The 1949 no-mint mark Lincoln penny wasn't made with any special metals, just good old copper and zinc. So, what's the deal? Why the $1 million price tag? It all comes down to rarity and condition. In 1949, pennies with no-mint mark were made at the Philadelphia Mint. These coins weren't rare initially, but over time, most of them were either damaged, lost, or thrown into those big coin jars everyone's grandma has. Only a handful of these pennies remain in pristine condition today, and collectors will pay big bucks for them, especially if they're graded highly, like mint state 65 or higher. And now, here's a quick tip: you can tell it's a no-mint mark coin by looking just below the date. If there's no little letter, no S for San Francisco, no D for Denver, then congratulations, you've got a no-mint mark penny. But before you quit your job and start a penny hunting business, remember, condition is everything. A coin that's been chewed up by your dog or spent a decade under your couch cushions probably won't fetch much. Now, let me share a funny personal story. A couple of years ago, I was cleaning out my junk drawer, the one with random batteries, paper clips, and that one pen that's always out of ink, and I stumbled upon an old penny. For a moment, I thought I'd hit the jackpot. I rushed to my computer, Googled it, and realized it was a 1948 penny, not a 1949. I was 1 year off. Let me tell you, the heartbreak was real. But it taught me an important lesson: always double-check your dates. Back to our $1 million penny. What makes this coin truly special is how it connects people to history. 1949 was a post-war year, a time when America was rebuilding and dreaming big. Owning a penny from that era, especially one so rare, is like holding a tiny piece of history in your hand. And if that history happens to make you rich? Even better, but how do you know if your penny is worth the big bucks? First, inspect it carefully. If it's in great condition with no scratches or discoloration, you might be onto something. Next, get it appraised by a professional coin grader. They'll assign it a grade based on its condition, which can significantly impact its value. A 1949 no-mint mark penny in near-perfect condition can fetch anywhere from $800,000 to $1 million at auction. That's enough to buy a house, a fancy car, and still have money left for a lifetime supply of tacos. And let's not forget the humor in this whole situation. Imagine telling someone you became a millionaire because of a penny. They'd probably think you're pulling their leg. But hey, it just goes to show that sometimes, the smallest things can make the biggest impact, literally and financially. Alright, folks, we've come to the end of this penny pack journey. If you've got a jar of old coins lying around, now's the time to dig through it. Who knows? You might be sitting on $1 million without even knowing it. And if you don't find a 1949 no-mint mark penny, don't worry, there are plenty of other valuable coins out there just waiting to be discovered. Before you go, here's my challenge to you. Check your coins, share your findings in the comments, and hit that subscribe button for more tips on coins worth money. I've got plenty of stories, strategies, and even more humor where this came from. Who knows? Your next penny could be the ticket to $1 million future. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 2009 Lincoln Bicentennial penny. That's right, the coin that was made to honor good old Honest Abe might just make you rich. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know why this penny is so valuable, how to spot one, and maybe, just maybe, you'll start checking your change with a little more excitement. Let's get started. So, what makes this penny so special? In 2009, to celebrate Abraham Lincoln's 200th birthday, the U.S. Mint released 4 different designs for the reverse side of the penny. Each one depicted a different stage of Lincoln's life: his birth and early childhood in Kentucky, his formative years in Indiana, his professional life in Illinois, and his presidency in Washington, D.C. Sounds cool, right? But here's the kicker: some of these pennies have errors or unique characteristics that collectors are willing to pay big money for. Let me tell you, when I first heard about this, I went straight to my couch like a madman. Found everything but a 2009 penny, some buttons, a stale French fry, even a paperclip. But that's the thrill of the hunt, isn't it? Now, not every 2009 penny is worth millions, so don't start buying pennies in bulk just yet. The one that's sold for $1.4 million? It's a rare error coin. Error coins are like typos on money, they happen when something goes wrong during the minting process. In this case, the penny had a double die error, meaning some of the details, like Lincoln's features or the inscriptions, appeared doubled. Imagine seeing 2 noses on Abe Lincoln. It's weird, but collectors love that kind of stuff. And here's another reason this penny is valuable: it's made of 95% copper. While modern pennies are mostly zinc with a thin copper coating, these bicentennial pennies stand out because of their higher copper content, which gives them that rich, warm tone collectors go crazy for. So, how do you know if you've got the $1 million jackpot? First, look for the mint mark. If it's a 2009 penny and it has a D4 Denver or S4 San Francisco, you might be onto something. No mint mark? Don't toss it just yet, those can still be worth checking. Next, you'll want to look at the details on the coin. Are there any weird doubling effects on the letters or Lincoln's profile? If so, you could be sitting on a gold mine or, in this case, a copper mine. Also, keep an eye out for pristine condition. Coins that have been preserved without scratches, smudges, or signs of wear can fetch higher prices. Think of it like dating: everyone prefers the one without baggage, right? Okay, quick story. A friend of mine once found a 2009 penny in his car's cup holder. He thought it looked weird, but instead of checking its value, he used it to pay for parking. A week later, he found out about these $1 million pennies and realized he might have just paid for a parking spot with a literal fortune. I've never seen someone regret 25 cents so much in my life. So, moral of the story: check your change. Alright, folks, the 2009 Lincoln Bicentennial penny is proof that even the smallest things can hold incredible value. Whether it's a rare error, a mint condition coin, or just a lucky find, you never know when a little penny could turn into a big payday. So, next time you get change back, don't just shove it in a jar, give it a closer look. And hey, if you found this video helpful, hit that like button, share it with a friend, and make sure to subscribe to the channel for more tips on coins worth big money. Who knows? The next video might just help you spot a hidden treasure in your pocket. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting!